Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Mario So, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how we can visualize flavor using these energy bars in today's product video. So I hope that product commercial turned out as good as I had it planned out. I haven't actually started shooting it yet, but I'll walk you right now through this behind the scenes process, and I'll be talking a little bit about how I did each shot. If you're new here, if you're interested in filmmaking, product videography, gear review, and editing tutorials, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Your support will be greatly appreciated. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here. Right now, our first shot is actually going to be the last hero shot of the entire product video. The reason why you want to do that is because your product is still intact. At the end, you really want to showcase the product in its full form before you go in and break it or, pour the drinks if you're doing a drink video, for example. So that's why it's always good to start with the last shot with the products untouched. We're going to be working today with this energy bar called Layer Bar. It's not sponsored, it's just a product that I picked up at the supermarket, and I thought it would be interesting to do because it has different flavors. Before I got started, I made sure I went on their website to check out what their vibe and feel is. You always want to do a video that would match the brand. If you do something that's completely out of the blue for that brand, it might really feel out of place, and if you want to sell that product to a company, for example, they might not even like it or they might not even use it because it doesn't really match their brand. So it's important to know what the overall brand feel and vibe is for whatever company or brand you want to shoot a product for. So for the background and the table, we're just going to be using Bristol board. I don't have the large multicolored background seamless paper. I only have the black, the white, and the gray, but those colors don't really match the brand. So I'm going to be using this and we'll see how it goes. First setup, which is the last shot, this is what it looks like. We just have it all here. We ended up going with the blue here, the pink in the background. We have this LED panel with a softbox, a Godox SL60 with a softbox, and we're going to light that background over here with an LED spotlight. And we're just going to add a little bit of a zoom in post just to simulate a slow slider movement. So next, we're going to start visualizing and showcasing all the different flavors that this has. I'm gonna get a little bit into the light so you can see me. We're going to use this drill and this barbecue stick over these bars, and my idea is that as they rotate, they're going to be switching to the different flavors in a very quick succession like that. I'll also be shooting this at 120 frames per second and a 60 frames per second just to have different options to play with in the edit and see which one I want to use. For this bar, we're going to actually use the blue screen, and this one actually flips around so that we can key that out, because this wouldn't work because it's green on green. So let's change that up. So right now we're going to record the energy bars again on the drill, having with that rotation, but this time without the wrapper. So I'm going to record two types of rotations, one with this rotating this way and one with this rotating this way. What I'm going to try to do is have this first shot, either one of the two rotations, whichever one works best in post. So I want this to be one of the initial shots for this energy bar to start wrapping itself. And that's going to be done via stop motion, which I'll show you a little bit later. The next shot will just be a macro shot of this breaking in half. And for that, I'm using a macro extension tube actually because I don't have a macro lens. I also forgot to mention that I'm using a circular polarizing filter to help reduce the glare a little bit on the wrapping paper on the earlier shots. So one thing to keep in mind when you're shooting a product that has multiple flavors is to get a version of that product in all of those different flavors, and then try to figure out what type of flavor that is and try to incorporate those ingredients into your shoot. There's different ways that you can incorporate those ingredients and shoot them. You can use macro shots, you can dunk them in water, you can throw them up in the air. But it's great to experiment in different ways that you can showcase those ingredients and therefore those flavors. And it's a little bit more challenging when you're trying to showcase different flavors as opposed to just one. You have to think about background colors. You also have to think about the different type of flavors. For example, in this shoot, I had cashews, which are very different to a coconut and to an apple. So I just had to think about different ways to incorporate these different flavors into this product shoot. So what are some ways that you visualize and incorporate flavors into your product commercials? Let me know in the comments below. I would like to hear about it. Okay, so for this next shot, I have my camera on a C-stand facing down. What I'm going to do is start showcasing all the different flavors. So we have the 3 flavors that we're going to showcase. The first one is the apple, next one cashews, and then the coconut. And for this shot, what I wanted to do was throw the apple up to the camera, and as soon as I do that, it's going to cut to another shot with the apple already cut into pieces. So we just have a couple of shots left. The next one, we're going to now feature the pistachios. For these ones, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna put them on top of a Ziploc bag, and then I'm just gonna launch them up into the air. And the trick with the Ziploc bag is actually from Daniel Schiffer. So thank you, Daniel, for that trick. And I'm gonna shoot that at 120 frames per second, and that's gonna give me that really cool slow motion of pistachios, or cashews actually, cashews jumping up into the air. This takes me to what I hope it's going to be the coolest shot of this video, which is the energy bar wrapping itself. And we're gonna do that with stop motion animation. So we're gonna place that bar on the green background so I can key that green background out. And we're going to slowly open that energy bar and take a photo every single time we open it up. And after the fact, we're going to reverse that so that it looks like it's wrapping itself. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't, then you probably already know. So I'm done getting all the shots that I needed. Let's hope that this turns out well in the edit. But once again, this is the final version. This is the end of today's video. I hope that you learned something new and you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Your support would be greatly appreciated. And that is all for today, guys. Until next time.